Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We're going to have more on this city's remarkable turnaround in just a moment. But we are watching that breaking news right now from the Caribbean. The Cuban Coast Guard killing 4 people today aboard a speedboat that's registered in Florida. The Cubans say they approached the boat off their north coast asking for identification when the people on board, described only as aggressors, opened fire first. All of this is being watched very closely, not only because of U.S. and Cuban history, but also present tensions, including a U.S. oil blockade on that communist island just 90 miles off the U.S. coast. Let's get right to correspondent Cristian Benavides with what he's learning tonight from Miami. Cristian, good evening.
Tony, good evening. Tonight we're hearing from Cuban officials after at least 4 people were killed on a U.S. speedboat after it entered Cuban waters. Cuba's Ministry of the Interior said the Florida-registered boat was a nautical mile northeast of the El Pino Canal in Cayo Falcones when 5 Cuban border guard troops approached it for identification. Cuban officials claim those on board opened fire first, injuring a Cuban commander. Border guards, Cuba says, returned fire, killing 4 and injuring 6 others. The injured were evacuated and received medical attention. It remains unclear whether any U.S. citizens were on board the speedboat or why it entered Cuban waters. This incident comes amid already heightened tensions between Cuba and the U.S. as Washington has blocked nearly all oil shipments to the island and threatened tariffs on goods from any country that tries to ship oil to Cuba. Now, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has confirmed the shootout and says that they are trying to get into Cuba to get access to determine whether any U.S. citizens were on board and, of course, to verify the information coming from the Cuban regime.